All right, ready to go with this middleweight opener. First, we get you the tale of the tape. Marc-Andre Barriault and Chris Jotko, both 29 years of age. Both fighters 6 foot 1 inches tall. Chris Jotko will have a reach advantage of 3 inches. All right, now to get this main card started properly, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, for UFC 240, Holloway versus Edgar, presented by Devour. Bring home and bite into the octagon crust of their new line of extremely meaty and cheesy frozen pizzas. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 20 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Barriault, Poland, Krzysztof Jotko. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a striker holding a professional record, 11 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 184 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Quebec City, Quebec, Canada, Marc-Andre Powerbar Barriault. The action begins. Our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, our referee. The beautiful Brittany Palmer. Thank you, Brittany. Getting us started for round 1 of a possible 3 here in the UFC's middleweight division that has so much depth and momentum right now here in 2019. Marc-Andre Barriault, no surprise, takes the center of the octagon in red. Chris Jotko is in the gray. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, starring Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, in theaters August 2nd.
Jotko's got to be careful keeping his head straight up in the air. He's got to get it off the center line. Barriault throws a lot of power into his punches. He's got real good boxing fundamentals. Jotko with the clinch.
So Jotko, 30 seconds in, choosing to grapple here. We'll see if he can ground Marc-Andre Barriault.
I think he wants to gas out those arms.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a strategy so often employed and really brought to prominence by BJ Penn and George St. Pierre. When George fought BJ, he did exactly this in the first round for that reason, because he was worried about BJ's power.
Barriault gets his back off the fence and now puts Jotko there. Barriault fights for an underhook.
Good knee to the body by Barriault. Jotko turns him around, good use of the head.
Barriault spent some time at TriStar Gym in advance of this one. Actually sparred with Andrew Sanchez, the guy he fought in his UFC debut. Barriault draws high praise from his coaches for his work ethic, coachability. He's very good in these clinch situations as well.
Jotko's chewing up that inside thigh.
Now he gets some separation about 2 minutes in.
Jotko's got real power with that left kick.
Barriault advances. He expected to have to be the predator in this matchup. His words, not mine.
Caught that one on the elbow. Nice knee up the middle by Jotko. Jotko with a good uppercut there.
Follow-up shot as well for Poland's Jotko. Now living full-time in South Florida, training an American top team. Thiago Alves among those in his corner tonight. Barriault keeping that guard high defensively as he enters.
Good elbow by Jotko. Jotko does have a disturbing tendency to just keep his head straight up in the air.
Yep. Oh, nice short elbow there from Barriault.
That one stung.
Barriault corner wants him away from the fence here with a minute to go in the round. Just missed on those two attempts, did Barriault.
Jotko dropping down once again with a takedown attempt. And he gets it. Almost. Back up to his feet. Good job by Barriault.
30 seconds here in the round. Jotko with a kick, but he's one and done. Now Barriault with a level change and slams Jotko down.
Oh, he lost the position though. Got a little sloppy there. Barriault back up to his feet.
Immediately fights for the underhook. Knee from Jotko, and that is how we end round one.
Wow, tout un round. C'est ce que je veux.
Great round. This is what I want.
Respire. On respire.
Nail.
C'est excellent. Je veux que tu continues comme
This
ça.
is
ton travail.
excellent.
Je veux
I
que tu
want
mettes la
you
pression.
to
Ok,
continue
la petite
like
jambe
this,
en avant,
this
va la
position.
chercher
Keep
plus.
this
Tu vas pas la
position.
chercher juste avec un kick. Vas-y avec les mains avant.
Do not continue with just
Va
one
chercher.
kick.
Ok?
Do the combination.
C'est important aussi quand t'es dans la
1,
cage.
2 with the
L'angle,
head
tu le
kick.
gardes, puis après ça, tu te déhanches. Ok, on contrôle comme il faut.
We
Contrôle
need
comme
to
il faut.
control the ring.
Laisse-toi pas contrôler le long de la cage, puis ramène-le, tu vas plus faire du dommage. Sois
damage.
proactif avec tes coudes et tes genoux le long de la cage.
Il est capable aussi de le boxer en partant de loin, Marc, la petite combine.
You can start boxing from the inside.
On continue de la même manière. Pression, pression, let's go.
Same way. Let's go.
UFC 240 Holloway versus Edgar is brought to you by the official frozen meal of UFC. Never just eat, devour. All right, round two here. You got to hear that Marc-Andre Barriault corner. They want more combinations, potentially to punctuate it with a head kick. Let's see how it goes here in our second round. Jotko was pretty efficient on the feet in round one, landed 60% of his significant strike attempts. Nemiroff, bold character since 1872. Jotko trying to catch Marc-Andre Barriault on the way in. Landed that right hand partially behind the ear. Ooh, Barriault goes to the uppercut. Appeared to just miss.
Jotko's been throwing that left kick when he gets on the outside, but he's doing it naked. He's not hiding it behind punches. And it's one of the reasons why it's not effective, but it's his best weapon. It's a really powerful shot. And he's not having good success with the hands. Really, where he's been having the most success is just getting the clinch. There's a good left hand there, but it was partially blocked.
Barriault trying to move his head side to side.
I just don't think Jotko's done anything to really sting Barriault yet, to really get his respect.
Right. More often than not with Jotko tonight, it has been one and done. Back to the clinch we go. Barriault raises the knee. You hear Thiago Alves calling for elbows and knees from Jotko. There's a knee. And a level change that was sniffed out rather easily by Marc-Andre Barriault. Jotko staying heavy here. Herb Dean allowing the fighters to work out of this.
Look at how Barriault's covering Jotko's mouth. Very interesting. And now he's reaching over to grab his face. Good body shots there by Barriault, even from the clinch.
A lot more steam on those than those knees Jotko's throwing to that right leg of Barriault.
There's a good uppercut by Jotko.
Barriault resets, under 2 minutes now to go, round 2.
Oh, good right hand by Barriault.
One of his better strikes of the fight.
We try to hit him with a pimp slap. Seems a little frustrated there. See how he dropped his hands?
Right. Small cut on the bridge of the nose of Marc-Andre Barriault. Big uppercut from Jotko.
Yeah, Jotko's had some good success with that right uppercut, the lead right uppercut. An unpredictable punch.
Grueling clinch work as we show you the clinch strikes. Jotko with a 3-2 advantage through 9+ minutes. Knee to the body there from Jotko. Barriault has his back against the fence once again. Herb Dean with a subtle warning to work there. We get some separation now late in the round.
Good inside leg kick by Barriault. Boy, good luck scoring this fight.
Right.
Oh, look at that. And here we see a right hand from Barriault. And a good elbow there. One more right there by Barriault. There's a good knee to the body by Jotko.
He's closing up, so you can fake, punch, and move away, right? I like what you're doing, the single to the body. If you're pushing against the cage, keep that pressure. I like everything you're doing right now. You gotta avoid to stay against the cage now because we're up 2 rounds, so he's gonna come crazy right now. So be ready, lots of things, and they can pay for everything. 5 minutes, baby. That's it.
Słyszałeś, wygrałeś pierwsze 2 rundy, teraz będzie ostro wychodzić. Ruszaj się, cały czas się ruszaj. Jak idziesz do tyłu, broda na dół. Dobra? Broda na dół, jak idziesz do tyłu.
5 more minutes.
Let's go. Round 3 is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of UFC. So it all comes down to this. Marc-Andre Barriault trying to come through in front of the Canadian crowd tonight against Poland's Chris Jotko. You heard Thiago Alves, Peter Sabata looking for Jotko to mix it up, goes for an early takedown, and Barriault's takedown defense holds up.
Jotko right back to the clinch.
Jotko continuing to touch Barriault with those knees to the inside of that right leg. Herb Dean maybe losing a little bit of patience here later in the fight. But these veteran referees, Joe, have a way of tuning out the boo birds and letting the fighters work.
Oh, Herb does. Yeah, Herb, but he even is getting a little annoyed. Almost a takedown here by Jotko. Good defense there by Barriault. Good balance. He's just got to get out of this position. This never favors him, and Jotko's able to slow everything down and control the pace. And what he wants is a wild brawl. Right. He wants this. But he lets Jotko clinch with him. Oh, there's a good shot by Barriault. Jotko's just, even though it's not the most exciting style, he's doing a great job of nullifying the strength of Barriault, which is his boxing.
Right.
Oh, big uppercut there.
Push, let's go. Double jab left, come on. Nice, go,
Barriault covers up, Jotko unable to land. Jotko's got a movement-heavy style. Starting to look a little bit fatigued. Needs a big Barriault elbow. And now the uppercut for good measure. Under 3 now to go.
Barriault is really trying to make something happen here. And Jotko's got to do something to get his respect. He's definitely doing great work in the clinch as far as neutralizing him, but not much offensively.
Neither fighter much of a submission threat. Barriault has never won a fight by submission. Back to the center. The question is for how long? A little cut that Jotko is now dealing with. Jotko back to the well with that lead elbow yet again. See if Barriault can let those hands go late in this one. Trying to work his way inside. Jotko making that initiative difficult. It's a pretty significant cut that Jotko's dealing with, but we are late in this one. Seemingly could be anybody's fight with just over a minute to go. Jotko, though, with the significant strike advantage, 49-29 unofficially.
Good leg kick there by Barriault. But with only a minute to go, he's got to break free the clinch. There's a good elbow and another. Those are solid shots, perhaps some of the best of the fight. Good up elbow by Jotko. Right hand by Barriault.
He's got to throw, he's got to go.
Wow, Jotko looks exhausted.
Jotko still the busier fighter here late in this one. Pretty good entry there, he takes Barriault down. And that is the first takedown they will credit Jotko with on 7 attempts. All right, Chris Jotko and Marc-Andre Barriault go the distance tonight here in Edmonton. This fight replay is brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
That's an excellent elbow by Barriault, one of the best shots of the fight. And there's a good knee to the body by Jotko. and another good elbow. Probably the best one he landed.
Barriault pretty effective with his work in the clinch. Wasn't able to get a ton done at distance tonight. Perhaps frustration creeping in at times. Forced to chase down the elusive Chris Jotko. Jotko clearly believes he has done enough to win tonight. He was the busier guy. Threw 180 total strikes compared to 106 for the local, so to speak, Marc-Andre Barriault. He lives on the other side of this great nation, but exciting opportunity for him here tonight as he tries to secure his first UFC win. And I think largely the fight that Barriault expected, even though maybe didn't get as much done on the feet as he would have liked, but he knew he was going to have to work in a lot of clinch situations and chase Jotko down, and that is what he did tonight. Thiago Alves, UFC welterweight veteran, showing his respect to the Barriault corner. Jotko came in with a win back in April. That ended a 3-fight skid for him. He's a guy who has flirted with the rankings in the past. Was number 10 in the world when he fought Uriah Hall a couple years ago. Jotko, though, has had to deal with some adversity in his career. Broken hand, staph infections in both knees at one point in time. He was on antibiotics when he fought David Branch a few years ago. And he had to work hard tonight in 15 grueling minutes with Marc-Andre Barriault. And we might be looking at a split decision. They are taking their sweet time with those scorecards.
Yeah, it was a confusing fight to score because it was fairly uneventful.
Right.
No one got hurt. I mean, they got hit, but no one really got rocked. There was no big moments. I mean, maybe the biggest moment of the fight was the takedown in the last round.
Right. All right, the official decision is now in. It's brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Catch all the action with Metro by T-Mobile and never miss a knockout with their reliable network and unlimited data. With those scorecards, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Dave Hagan scores it 29-28, Jotko. Kevin Dornan scores it 29-28, Barriault. And Derek Cleary scores the contest 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Krzysztof Jotko.
So by the narrowest of margins, Chris Jotko gets the win tonight. And he is now a pretty shiny 8-4 inside the octagon. 2 straight wins for the American top team product, Chris Jotko.